All right, welcome back here, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and we're gonna get everything situated here. All right, so we got leg number 3 for our Alaska tour, and this is gonna be out of 12. So we're gonna go ahead and import our file here. We're going from PACS over to PAKF, which is and we'll get everything. File with ATC, send it over to our avionics. So we basically started down here somewhere, and we're flying up all these little islands here, and this one is going to be, yeah, we want to land in runway number 32, so we'll leave that as that. So we landed over here at Cape Sarichef before, and we're going to go over to False Pass here, which is going to be a very short runway. That is just over 2,000 feet in length, so we're going to have to make a pretty decent landing here in the Cessna 152. So appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you hitting that subscribe button if you haven't. And we're going to get this thing going here in our Alaska tour. That's going to last 12 legs. And once again, this is leg number 3. Alright, we're going to adjust the time of the day here. We're going to adjust the... Maybe we'll do some snow. Yeah, let's do some snow. We haven't done that yet. So we can do that. We announced our takeoff, so we can leave that as that. We're in the Cessna 152. We're going to get rid of our trim here, as well as our flaps. We're going to go ahead and get our dome light on, which was up there. We're going to adjust our view here and our external view. Alright, so we got a lot of snow going on. We're going to go ahead and take off. A little blizzard action. To go ahead and move over to the right here to follow our flight plan. I'm sort of regretting my decision going in the snow here. It is like a freaking blizzard. We almost got a whiteout. So we got to rise up in elevation here for sure. We got to get up to about 5,000 feet. So that we don't run into a mountain. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So actually, let's do this since we are in a blizzard. We're going to pause this real quick so that I can show you what we're looking at here. So we're taking off here and we're going to be flying up and over and this point right here is about 4,000 feet in elevation. So we're going to have to fly over that. And then we're going to be going up to False Pass here, which is only 13 feet off of the sea level. So we got to go up and over the mountain here as we fly over this little island. So we're going to go ahead and resume this. We're in like a whiteout condition at the moment. So we got to rely on our instruments. Crossing over 2,000. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and get rid of this snow. This snow is a little silly. I mean, we don't want to go 67 nautical miles with just seeing white out. So we're going to do some scattered clouds here. There you go. So we can actually see the scenery. Because this one was a semi-decent trip here for a total of 70 nautical miles. No point in just seeing white snow the whole time. Let's go ahead and see some mountains. Oh yeah, we still got Jeff on board. I forgot about Jeff. He's still eluding the authorities here, and we're flying him up to wherever we're going to end up here in Alaska. Alright, we got a little cloud level right there and some mountains over in the distance. So that mountain off in the distance is that 5,000 or 4,000, I guess, um, peak that we're gonna have to fly over or around. But it does seem like we're gonna run into this cloud. We'll maintain our height here though, and just kind of go right through it. I'm sure it'll be short-lived. Oh, that is not the peak mountain. On the other side of that, there's going to be a lake. And then on top of, and then beyond that, there's going to be the top peak of the 4,000. So this one's not going to be too bad. This one's less than 2,000. A very picturesque mountain there. Alright, so we'll take that as the thumbnail. And then here's that lake. We're going to scoot on over here to the left. We're going to maintain our elevation here despite the drop that we see. is a crazy mountain, though. Alright, we are going to continue to rise here, though. Because according to our navigation log, we still have some more elevation that we need to gain in order to clear the mountain. Looks like it sits at about 3,500 feet. So we're getting there. I think it's just blocked by this cloud. So we'll keep going here. Eventually it'll clear up, I think. I think I see the peak. Or is that more clouds? It is getting a little thicker. But right behind that compass there, I think that might be the peak. Pretty certain about that at this point. Alright, we're at about 4,000 feet. We'll keep going a little more, because I'm sure the winds are going to be a little hefty there on the mountain. And then once we fly by that, we're going to be pretty much on the south side of the island and going up the coastline. But I am going to be a little nervous on the landing here. Short runway, just over 2,000 feet in length, so we're going to be going definitely the full 30-degree flaps to try to come in as slow as possible. Yeah, we're clearing up a little bit out of the clouds, and we can definitely see the snow-covered mountain there, and then it looks like the snow kind of gets cut off as you get closer and lower to sea level. So impressive mountain for sure. So the runway sits on the opposite end of this thing, and we're basically just going to be flying around and moving our way to the other side of the mountain.
Center Cessna November tree 5815 is type Cessna 152.2, 4 miles west of Papa Alpha Kilo, Foxtrot, 3,800 feet. Request flight following. Cessna November tree 5815 Anchorage Center, squawk 6614. Squawk 6614 Cessna 815. Cessna 815 radar contact 2 3 miles west of Papa Alpha Kilo Foxtrot, 3,600 feet, altimeter 290, 902. Roger, Cessna 815.
Alright, so this is the top of our peak here on our flight. And we're not going over that mountain by any stretch of the means. So we're just going to be kind of floating around here on the side. and going up the coastline. So we got about 35 nautical miles to go, but we're actually going to cut a little bit of this off. We're on the 7th point of interest here, or 7th waypoint. Got a little cliff action going there. Alright, dropping down to about 2,000 feet. Alright, we're going to cut just a little bit of distance off of this trip here, and instead of flying out there to the right, we're going to be flying over this little snow edge of the mountain. Probably be cutting off about 6 nautical miles if we do this. And once again, we're going to be coming up to False Pass, Alaska, which is going to be sitting on the edge of the water, I think, because it's only 13 feet above sea level. And we're currently about 1,600 feet above sea level ourselves here, so we're going to be dropping down, I don't know, probably about 600 feet. We'll get to about 1,000 feet maybe as we start our procedure for landing on that short runway. And I think it's runway number 32 or 34. Another nice view of the mountain there. We got the ocean over to the right. I can picture some avalanches falling down that little galleyway there. Alright, it's a very, very interesting part of Alaska here. Definitely untouched by man. I'm sure a lot of wilderness though. I'm sure there's a lot of animals that live out here. I'm sure. Whoa. There we go. I'm sure there's a lot of dangerous wilderness out here. Alright, let's go ahead and contact ATC. We'll select our airport. False Pass. Papa Alpha Kilo Foxtrot, I think it was. We'll select our runway. Oh, no, we didn't want that. Let's go back. We want to land at runway number 32. We'll announce a first full stop landing. Announce our position.
Traffic Cessna November, tree 5, 8159 miles, southwest 1400. Ford inbound to land runway tree 2.
Alright, seems like right before the airport there's something called Sourdough Flats. Apparently there's a hiking trail over there. So right before the runway, that's Sourdough Flats, and that's the hiking trail. Right in the edge of the water. Alright, so we're going to adjust our position here since we're getting super close. Alright, we're looking at about 1,500 feet. So I think right after this mountain here, we can start our descent. So we'll reduce the throttle a little bit, pitch the nose down. Alright, there's 1,000 feet. Probably go to like 900, maybe even 800. We don't want to go too low or else we won't be able to see the runway. Go ahead and introduce some flaps though. We are 5 nautical miles away. Alright, 4.5 nautical miles away. We're going to turn around the side of this hill. Pitch the nose down, reduce our throttle. That little mound up there beyond the lake is that sourdough flat. I'm contemplating right now, should we go left of that, over it, or to the right? I'm going to zoom in on the maps here. I am almost thinking, let's go to the right. So that we can actually lower our elevation a little bit. So we're not going to get a good look at the runway until we're pretty much right on it. So we're at about 700 feet. $600. Alright, I think we see the runway. We can skim the land here. And then we'll drop our elevation now once we pass that. So interesting little landscape here for a runway. Just gonna follow the cliff up. I'm not gonna be lined up into the runway until we get like right up on it. Just because we gotta watch out for the mountain. So we're at about 300 feet. We can pretty much announce our final here.
Papa Alpha Kilo Foxtrot Traffic Cessna November Tree 5815 is on final runway Tree 2 to land.
We'll introduce some more flaps here. We're going to go 30 degrees since it's a short runway. Speed is at 60, looks good. Dropping, we're at about 55. Gotta hit the front of the runway here. Speed check is at 50. I'm going to go ahead and cut the throttle here. Dip down. Flare up. And I think that was a pretty good landing, if I do say so myself. It's a very nice little area here. And we landed over at False Pass successfully. So we'll find this little parking area up here. We'll call that a day. Maybe we'll grab a new thumbnail here. This does look pretty nice. So we'll just park right there. We got the parking brake on already. We'll try to get our key here. There we go. Alright, where's our ignition switch? There you go. We'll cut that off. And then go ahead and hop out if we can. I don't know where the door handle is. Where's the door handle? It's not up here, is it? Alright, either way, we can probably just do this to get out. It's a nice little scenery. What's looking over here? Yeah, I like this one with the snow caps. And the clouds. That's a nice one. We'll just do that. Alright, so a good look at the Cessna 152 there with Jeff in it. That completes leg number 3. So appreciate you tuning in. Hit that subscribe button and we'll get leg number 4 recorded at some point and get that thing posted. So appreciate it once again, guys. Hope everybody's enjoying the weekend and we'll see you on the next one.